so today we're working on knowing how to pass the half guard. Okay, we're going to do a couple of versions of half guard with at least one pass for each one. Okay, half guard is going to be a very common place. A lot of places like to start as like kind of like their program. They like to start in half guard because it's like a nice middle ground. The person's not past their guard, but the bottom person's not in full guard, right? So it's like a nice middle ground to kind of build in both directions from. Okay, so today we're going to focus on half guard with a shin shield, and then a traditional kind of half guard. We're going to learn at least one way of passing each with maybe a couple extra options. Okay, can I borrow something, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a couple of things in half guard. Okay. So he's got one of my legs controlled. Alright. So he's not in full guard where both of his legs are wrapped around my waist, okay, but I'm not past his guard either, okay? So he's got one of my legs trapped inside of his leg, and there could be a lot of variations, all right? He could play a shin shield, he could play a traditional half guard where he kind of triangles his legs, butterfly half guard. There's a lot of different variations of it, okay? So today we're going to look at shin shield half guard, okay, dealing with this because this is very, very common, all right? It's a very good type of half guard, okay, and the traditional half guard where I'm already past his knee. Okay, a couple of prerequisites, all right? When I'm in half guard, I do not want to try to grab his head until I'm past this top knee. As long as his top knee is in front of me, I don't want to start trying to reach for his head. All it's doing is exposing my arm, make it easier for him to start to attack, okay? So let's keep ourselves more focused on the hips as long as this shin is in front of us. Okay, make sense? Once I get past this knee, then I can talk about grabbing the head and flattening him out. But for the most part, right here, my hands are going to be here. Okay, so I like to kind of have one hand cupping the bottom leg so that he can't just swing through and get full guard easily. And I like to have one hand blocking the hip. Okay, right from here. Perfect. All right. Another thing, your feet. Always try to have your feet, if we rotate a bit, avoid having your heels come away from your butt. Okay, see how that opened up? Okay, this happens, a lot of times a guy can start playing like different kind of lockdown guards. Okay, anytime my heel is coming away from my body, you see that stuff right there? Very, very hard for me to create a good base. It's very easy for him to start sitting up and taking my back. Okay, so keep your feet always inside. You can cross your feet if you want. Okay, a lot of different variations of that. But as long as your heels are in your center line, you're going to be usually not affected by certain kind of like lockdowns and stuff like that. Okay, as I'm starting to pass, when I'm here like this, especially when I'm dealing with the shin shield, okay, I get past the shin shield, but now my legs are open. He's going to start to weave that leg through and get to lockdown. Okay, and that's when it can be a real big problem. Okay, so always try to have your feet in. Okay, always have your feet in. Once I'm past the half guard and I'm not on my knees anymore, then it's okay for me to start to kind of open up my heels. But as long as my knees are on the ground, make sure that you're keeping your feet tucked underneath you. Okay? Just like this. You can be on your toes, you can be on your insteps, it doesn't really matter. As long as your feet are tucked in there, hidden underneath your butt. Okay, I'm generally going to be on my toes. It gives me a little bit more driving force, and it gives me more mobility when it's time to start moving. Okay, so just a couple of little prerequisites to think about. Okay, so we're going to start with the shin shield half guard pass. Bottom person, I want you to have a good strong shin shield. Okay, so if I push into Sullivan's shin shield, I want him to give me some feedback. Yeah. He should be able to bear my weight. If I push into his knee and I can drive his knee all the way to his face, all right, that's not really a shin shield. Okay, from here I can smash him and get past that shin shield, no problem. Okay, even though it's still in front of me, it's so close to his face, that's really not protecting him from doing anything. Okay, but as long as it's here, that's what I want. Yeah. If you want to have a good strong shin shield, that's what I want to see. Okay, perfect. Okay. So our first pass is going to be our leg weave. Okay, so we got a good strong shin shield. I start right here. Again, hand on the hip, blocking the underhook, and this here blocking him from going to full guard. Perfect. All right. Now, the top side hand, I'm going to weave it underneath, and I'm going to punch the mat right by his hip joint. Okay. This is a no-gi variation. In the gi, you can grab pant legs and stuff like that, but I like to just weave and punch. Okay. And I'm putting nice, good pressure here on top of his thigh. Perfect. Okay. Now I got to get this leg free. Okay. It's going to be hard, especially if he's got a good bite on the knee. Okay, so here, let's rotate a little bit. This is going to be a windshield wiper motion. So once I get here, okay, I want my head to be right underneath his chin. Okay, so you can use your head as like a third hand. Because remember, I don't want to reach for his head. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up on my toes, I'm going to tripod, and I'm going to put my head right underneath his chin. Okay, this is going to prevent him from being able to come underneath and like start attacking legs. Yeah, boom, I use my head to block that space. Okay, if I get here and I'm starting to drive into him, it's very easy for him to start to scoop himself underneath me and start attacking from the legs. Okay, so I use my head as a barrier so that he can't pull himself underneath me. Right? Leg entanglements, deep half guard, okay, a lot of stuff like that. So use your head and place it right underneath his chin. Body type is going to play a factor too. If he's a lot bigger than you, maybe your head's like in the middle of his solar plexus, okay? But for the most part, I want your head in the way of his trying to scoop underneath you. So we're here. Start here, all right? Get my fist, get up on my toes, and now I'm here. Now depending on what he's doing with his hands, yeah, he's usually going to be here like this. So I want to just kind of scoop that elbow. Okay, I just want to have control of it. Here. All right, this is the start position. Now I got to get this leg free. All right, he's got it here. I can't just pull my leg out, so I got to do a little windshield wiper motion. So watch the movement. Now that I'm off my toe or off my knees, I'm going to turn my knee in, and now heel to butt, and swing my leg around. Now I'm no longer really in half guard. All right, he doesn't have this leg trapped. So now I can be a little bit more mobile. But this little windshield wiper with the leg weave takes some practice. And it's not always going to happen the first one. You got to kind of do it a few times and finagle your way out of it. So we're here, boom. He's got a nice bite on that shin. Good. We're here, so the knee comes down, heel to butt, and swim my leg around, just like that. Go back. Okay. Small little movement. Boom, just like that. Perfect. Okay, so that by itself is a little drill that you can do, just learning how to pummel with your feet. Right, we learn how to use our hands to pummel for the clinch position to gain better position. It's the same kind of idea with our feet. Okay, we got a leg pummel or a windshield wiper. So I'm here. Right, we start here. Yeah, I'm usually going to have some kind of frame. Right, perfect. So I come through, boom, punch the ground. Scoop up this elbow, get on my toes, and put my head right in his face. Just like that. Windshield wiper the knee, boom. Now that it's here, I'm going to start to go perpendicular to him. Start to circle my well perpendicular. Now, once I'm perpendicular, I want to cup this top leg and lift up on his top leg and lift up on his elbow at the same time. Okay, it's like you're trying to rope up a calf, right? You flip them up onto their back, right? So that's the idea. We're here, start here. Windshield or weave, punch the mat, head comes down, onto my toes, I grab his elbow. Windshield wiper the feet. As I circle, once I get here, I'm lifting up on the elbow, and when I lift up on his thigh, and that's going to flatten him out. And then from here, I get my crossface, I get my underhook, or I can block the near side hip. Now I'm past his guard. Okay, just a very simple leg weave. But it's important that I lift him up and put him flat on his back. If he stays on his side, he's going to have a better chance of keeping his guard, okay, or reclaiming it again. Right here, right here. Boom. This is where we start. Shin shield, nice strong shin shield. I can feel he's giving me some resistance, and we're here. Okay? Punch it through. Put all my weight on that knuckle, get on my toes, and put my head right in his face, just like that. Yeah, just literally. Like drive your head right underneath his chin. Perfect. Windshield wiper the foot. Man, see him? Oh, it didn't happen that time. Let's try it again. Perfect. Circle. I'm still tripoding, still got my head in his face. Lift up on the elbow. Lift up on his top side leg, and now I flatten him out. Boom, find my underhook, find my cross face, and I establish my top position. Knees nice and wide, sitting back on my heels, making sure that my weight is nice and centered on top of him. Okay? One more time, another angle, so you can really see that windshield wiper motion. Good, right here. We're battling, perfect. Come through. In between his legs, punch the mat, right by his hip joint. Right? Get my head in there, get up on my toes. Knee comes in, heel to butt, and windshield wiper. Circle, perpendicular, lift up on the elbow, lift up on the top leg. Boom, right there. Underhook, cross face, whatever variation of hand position you like, inside control is fine with me. Okay? Any questions? Okay, let's find a partner. 1, 2, 3. All right, time, guys. All right, so same position. I leg pummel, all right? I get perpendicular, but the guy's kind of following me. He's keeping his frames really, really strong. He's doing his best at keeping his shin shield just in the mix, so I can't really feel like I can get my hips into that side control position. So now, when I feel them kind of follow me as I'm circling perpendicular, I'm going to hop over to the other side when I feel the time is right, okay? So again, we're always, when we're passing the guard, never just have one-way passing, okay? Always have the ability to come back the other direction, because when they pass one way, person sees it coming, they're going to kind of build their defenses around that directional pass. boom, we go the other direction. So always have the ability to change direction of your passing. It's going to increase your success rate. So again, everything's the same. So we're here, right? We're battling. I get my leg weave, punch the mat. I get underneath his elbow, okay? Get my head in place, get up on my toes. I do my windshield wiper, and I get here. He's following me. Yeah, you see how he's kind of like he's bringing his leg in? That's what I'm seeing. This happens all the time. Now, watch what I do. I'm going to drive my right shoulder to the ground. I'll put all my weight on my hand and just going to hop over to the other side. And now I'm right here in another side control, right? I can start to take his back if I put enough chest pressure. Okay, but a lot of times he's going to turn back into me to try to get his guard back, and now I'm in side control on the other side. Okay, so it's just as I'm circling perpendicular, I feel like he's kind of following me. He's doing a really good job of framing that way. So I put all my weight down on that top leg to kind of smash the knee down, and I hop over it. I don't want to get caught up in his foot. Right here, yeah. Boom, scoop, right here. A lot of times I get the back. But really make him think that you're trying to pass that way. Okay, if you do like a half-assed job of trying to pass that way, it's going to be easy for him to stop that hop over. But when he really is trying to prevent that pass, okay, that's when it makes it easier to hop over to the other side. So really commit to that first pass, and then as you're realizing it's not being as successful, it's not going to work as easily, then you try to hop over to the other side. Okay, very, very simple. But it's important that I put a lot of weight down on this shoulder, so that I kind of kill this knee and kill this hook right here. So we're in, on my toes, get that there. Right? See, especially this right here. If he keeps this right here, right, I want to kind of kill it with my shoulder. And then I hop over. Put all my weight on him here. Now, a lot of times he's going to turn back into me to get his frame, and now we're here. We're in side control. Okay? Just maybe we're focusing on keeping the underhooks. Right? Whatever way we're passing, we want to make sure we try to find those underhooks because it's going to prevent him from getting to his side and either getting to his feet or reclaiming his guard. Okay, so whatever way we start to pass, make sure that we're finding that opposite side underhook. Okay? If he does get the underhook, it could be trouble for the top person. Okay? Worst case scenario, they kind of start to get their guard back. Okay? A lot of times they can stand right up, or they can get to like a dogfight position where they sweep you over. So one last time, very simple. Another angle. Here, all right, we're fighting in half guard. I get this. He's following me. Right there. Very simple. Any questions? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, time. All right, cool. Okay. So now we're going to do another option. We're going to try to get ourselves into more of a traditional half guard. Okay. So if he does have the shin shield, a lot of times it's easy to just like kind of use your hand to just push the shin shield out of the way and drop into traditional half guard, okay? But if you do that, make sure you be careful. Don't use this top side arm. Don't do stuff like this. Okay? If you do this, it's very easy for him to kind of grab your elbow, drag it, and sit up and take your back. Okay, so we're always trying to keep our arms on one side of his body and the other, right? So I got this arm on the right side of his body, I got this arm on the left side of his body. Once this arm starts to cross center line, it's very easy for him to take my back, okay? And you can do it by keeping your hand on his hip and using your elbow, but it's very awkward, right? Very, very awkward. So instead, when you're here, you just use this hand. Just use this hand. Push it. It's going to be hard for him to take my back this way, right? He runs into my body. Okay? So if we're here, a lot of times, it's just really easy to just use your hand and just boom. I drive my chest in. Now I'm past that knee. Now I'm in more of a traditional half guard. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get to regular half guard. Okay, and then the person's gonna work to get his underhook. Okay, again, underhooks are a killer for the person on top, right? When the person on bottom gets that top side underhook, it's gonna be easy for him to start to escape. Okay, so just a little bit. So we're here, right? I knock this out of the way and I drive my chest down. I get my knees underneath me, okay? Now I'm more of like a traditional half guard, okay? So now that I'm here, right, I'm keeping myself low, focusing on the hips still again. Now from here, I'm gonna reach for the cross face, okay? And as I reach for the underhook, he's actually gonna get his underhook. Okay? So I'm here. As I get the crossface, as I try to go for the underhook, he starts to get his underhook. Okay? If I hang out here, he's gonna be able to start to pull himself out and get to my side, and now we're in this like dogfight position where he has the advantage because he has the underhook. Okay? But understand that because he's in half guard, he's connected to my body, right, through my legs, right? So if I'm here and he gets the underhook, watch, I'm gonna walk my hips in the direction of the underhook, right? So if he's got his left underhook, I'm gonna walk my hips in that direction. Okay, because he has me in half guard, it's gonna naturally flatten him out. Okay, so we're here, watch, I'm gonna kind of just get up off my toes a little bit, and I'm gonna walk my hips in like a counterclockwise direction, you know, depending on which side it is. So if he got a left underhook, I walk my hips counterclockwise. Look, even if he keeps his underhook, it's really killed because he has his left hip on the floor. So there's really no danger now of the underhook, okay? So if you have somebody that's getting your underhook and you're in half guard, you just walk your hips and try to flatten their back on the mat. Okay, again, get the underhook. Again, I don't have to do anything with my hands. I just get up on my toes and I walk my hips. See? Now he has his left hip on the ground, more or less. So now his left underhook is nothing. Okay? So that's the idea. I'm going to stay tight, a little tighter during it. Okay, but that's the idea. I just walk my hips in the same direction as the underhook, and it's going to flatten the person out, and now the underhook is kind of worthless. Okay, and then we're going to build from there. So we're here, right? I got into half guard. I got my cross-facing side to get his underhook. I can put my hand on the ground, and I walk my hips. You can still keep my leg nice and trapped. Perfect. See, now I got him flat. He's got the underhook, but I got him flat on his back. Perfect. Now watch. The hand's going to come over, and I'm going to turn my hip to the floor. Okay, making sure that I'm nice and heavy on top of this underhook. I don't want to be like this because he can use that underhook and he can start to, yes, boom. All right, I can pass from there also, but the idea is I want to try to smash this underhook. So as I rotate my hips, I focus a lot of energy trying to stay here by his wrist. So again, I'm here, he starts to get his underhook, I circle. As this arm comes over the top, I turn my hip to the floor, making sure that this foot comes back and I'm pushing off the ground right here. All right, now his underhook isn't very strong anymore. It's too low in my armpit. Here we go. Okay? Let's rotate a little bit so they can see the footwork. Okay, so I'm here. All right, he's starting to get the underhook. I get up on my toes and I walk. All right, log, switch. This leg comes back. I need to put forward pressure. If I'm here like this is when he's going to bridge and bump me. He's going to come up on top. Okay? So this heel needs to come back to my butt and dig my toes into the ground. Okay? This foot, watch. I go heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. I want my shin to be like a cliff. All right? Now from here, my elbow can just pull back a little bit, and I get my knee clear. That's it. He can still bite on the shin. That's fine. No problem. No problem. Now I'm going to drive my knee to the floor. I'm going to put all my weight on this knee right here. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to get the underhook here on this top side, cross face, smash it to the floor. Okay, and then a lot of times I'm going to have to use this leg. Boom. Now I'm in a mount position. I get this arm nice and trapped. I can work to attack. Okay, one more time. Rotate a little bit. It's one of my favorite passes from the half guard position. Turn my hips to the floor, rotate, and then get my knee free. So we're here, we're starting with the shin shield. Right, we're here, we're battling. I'm able to just use my hand, get it out of the way, and drive myself in like he got the underhook right away. So I gotta move. Circle my hips. Now he's flat. Come over, switch my hips, and now I'm here. Yeah, keep that bite. If my knee's clear, because he's got long legs, right? So it's going to be easy for me to get my knee clear. But if he's got a right over top, yeah, right here. If I keep my shin at like an angle, it's going to be hard to clear this. But as soon as I heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, walk my foot up to his butt, now once I boom, elbow just shucks the knee off. Once the knee's exposed, I drive heavy to the mat. Right there. This underhook is going to be tough to get. He's on his side this way, right? So I just keep this in the post. I dig this underhook. Once I have the underhook, now I come through my cross face, and now I'm here. My left leg is going to get in the mix. I'm just going to use my left leg to just open up his thighs. Boom. Now my leg's clear, and now I'm in the mount. I can right here, I can start to attack the head and arm choke. I can transition, take the back, attack the arm right here. No problem. So you got a lot of nice options right from there. Okay? It's one of my favorite passes. Right here, we're battling. Shuck it out of the way, drive myself in. He starts to get the underhook. Circle. Turn my hip to the floor. Keep the body. Yeah. Walk my foot up. Clear the knee. Drive to the mat. Right here. Now I'm in like almost full mount. I just got to get this right foot free. But it's going to be tough. He's on his side. He's got a good bite on it. It's going to be hard. So again, I want to flatten him out. That's why I want this underhook. Get this underhook. Now my cross face comes into play. Now I can flatten him out. Okay, maybe this foot just comes free by itself. But a lot of times you're going to have to use this leg. Get it in the mix and smash here. Now we're in a good position to start attacking this head and arm choke and our transitions here. Okay? All right, this one's a little bit more involved, but it's very, very effective. Okay? I'll come around and help you guys out. 1, 2, 3. That wedge just to get in there. Okay, time. All right? So that's good. All right? I use that all the time. That's my favorite half guard pass. If I get into actual half guard, not shin shield or anything like that, I'm always turning that hip down. I don't care if he has the underhook or not, because I'm making sure that I'm staying heavy on that underhook arm. If we get the underhook in half guard, we're going to be really golden to start to pass. Okay? If we get the underhook. So we're here, right? Shuck, I drive down to half guard. If I get the underhook in cross face, I flatten him out, man, it's going to be very easy to start passing. Okay? Use this foot. Wedge. Just like the last one that we did, except now we're preemptively getting this wedge. Now I tripod, lift my hips up off the ground. As my knee clears, I turn my knee down and I'm in a knee cut position. If he controls my foot, keep that foot, yeah. Even if he has this pinch, I just use this foot, kick it out, and now I'm right here past. Very easy. Okay? I have the same option to go to the mount. If I'm tripoding and I'm at the top of the tripod, I'm at the apex, and I feel my weight going to the side more, then I open the knee up and go to the mount. Okay, so you just have to feel how your weight is balanced when you get to that apex of the tripod. So this is if I get the underhook. I get the underhook in cross face, so I'm in business right here. I get this foot involved, try to keep a pinch, yeah? Right here, you see how I got my knee clear? If I feel like my weight is going to my right too much, I want to drive my knee to the mount. And now we're in the exact same position that we were just in. I would switch the underhook, drive that to the mount or the floor, and then I would unweave my leg. Okay, so it's just another option. It's a knee cut or a drive to the mount. But it's the same idea. I use my free leg to create a wedge. I tripod to get my knee free, and then I either knee cut or I drive to the mount, and then we get our free leg involved to get my feet completely free to either pass, side control, or to establish the mount position. Okay, so that's just real quick, real simple. So we're here, yeah, he's got the shin shield. I shuck it out of the way and drive in. All right, I want my knee in for this right here because I want to control this leg. My knees are wide right here because he's going to bring his knee through and get back to full guard. So I got to keep my knee pinch. That's why I need to flatten him out. Get my toes involved, get my foot in there, and I tripod. Get to my hips, up high. Right? I can either turn my knee down and go past this knee cut, or I can drive my knee across to the mount. Either way, I just have to feel, when my hips are high, I have to feel what makes sense. Okay? If my weight is going to the left more, I knee cut. If my weight is going to the right more, I drive to the full mount. And then I take the necessary steps to get my foot free. That was just very simple, okay? Just a couple minutes, let's play around with that, and then we'll roll. Questions? All right, 1, 2, 3.